Hello everybody, how are you all doing today? I hope you are very well and you're ready to join me on today's Bitcoin technical analysis video. I just want to start off before I get into it by saying how nice it was to wake up this morning to the lovely comments and warm comments of people that managed to get in on my call and make some money. It's very nice to know that people are making money from my videos. It's very nice. So obviously yesterday in yesterday's YouTube video I called this very valid resistance trend line that had been forming over about 2 weeks from the 7th of August, and we had about 6 touches of this trend line, so it's a very valid resistance point. And I also tweeted out about it, would be this tweet. That if we move above 6,500, then there's with confidence we can say that it's very likely that 6,640, the main resistance level, is going to go down. But I did note that with a move up, for me personally, it was a very good opportunity to open a short. So I wasn't expecting this move up, although it was likely it would go down if we broke above 6,500. I wasn't expecting this to be a long-term sort of reversal pattern, and I was just looking for a nice opportunity to open a very nice short. And if we look at what happened, it was actually coinciding with BitMEX maintenance, which I also mentioned yesterday in the video. Watch out for the BitMEX maintenance. That obviously went down for maintenance. I think it's all very dodgy, but yeah, they went down, and within 2 minutes, our 6,640 resistance had been broken. We had broken that over the trend line, and we were making some very nice profits from. If we just look here, it was about a 10% rise on BitMEX. So that was crazy and a very nice profit. I'm happy with my calls at the moment. I've just been making call after call and just some really nice profits, and it's nice to see that TA really is working. And with that said, I just want to go into say another call, and I just want to go over some theory behind my calls so you like understanding and learning with me. So I want to go over this inside bear break on how I managed to add to my short position. No, let me start off by going through my overall analysis here of Elliott waves and why I was thinking of this position to short into anyway. So obviously we had our five impulse waves up to 8,400 from our bottom. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with wave 3 here being the longest, which is nice. And then from there we had our A, B, C correction. Very flat correction here, and then we actually had our 5 waves down fueled by an ETF delay, but 1, 2, 3, this third wave down was where we had our ETF delay, wave 3, 4 and 5 at the bottom. And from here we've made an ABC correction, ABC. And if you look here, before we had this, I tweeted this out before we started to move down heavily, that I did believe that this was our ABC correction in, and we retraced on our movement up. We hit our 0.382 fib level perfectly, and I do not see any bullish scenario yet. And if you look here, so just to explain this and how I got the target of opening a short at this exact level, because this is very important. You take your Fibonacci retracement tool, you take it from the top of the 5th wave up, or the top of the structure, right down to the bottom of the structure. So you're taking it from the top to the bottom, and each of these fib levels is going to be your resistance levels. And here, I was as I mentioned yesterday with the break of this of the trend line, I was, as I said, I'm looking to open a short position because I think this rally is going to be very short-lived. And if you look here, it hit the top price here is 6,882, and the fib level was 6,880, and that is not a coincidence. This is not a coincidence we got rejected at this level. So just to say off, if you look on the top left of the screen, high 6,882, the fib level 6,880. It was just an absolutely perfect entry for opening a short. Obviously, if we had moved above this, I would have been. It wasn't impossible. We could have easily moved above it, but for the risk to reward with having my stop loss just above this resistance here, 6926, the risk to reward for me was very much worth it. Because if we had continued to move up from here, just switching to a long position, I could have carried on making profits off of a long. But for me, I was just looking for a short entry with this ETF, in my opinion, that's going to get denied tomorrow. I was just very happy with this short position. And now I just want to go into a theory of the inside break that we had here. So I'm just trying to explain my theory and help you learn with me, because as you can see, I'm making some nice profits here. So this is my next candle. This is just a tweet that I done because I was didn't have time to make a video. But I said I was looking at the regions of 6,629 for opening or adding to my short, because I hadn't closed my short. And if we break above 6,708, I would have actually made a little long position. And this was with the theory of making like a 0.5 to 1% scalp, just a very quick scalp, and closing just on it. Obviously we had our move up here, then we had, this is on the 4-hour chart, first bit of consolidation here. So obviously after a big move up you want to consolidate and try and find some support before you move up again, in the best case scenario. But here and this is how I play consolidation. We have our first 4-hour candle, we had our second 4-hour candle, obviously it's getting smaller, the top and the bottoms are getting smaller, so we're looking then for our next candle, and here we were in a very tight range, and I just obviously tweeted out saying waiting for the inside bar to break to play a quick scalp position, and as you look on the next tweet, we broke bearish from this, and as soon as we broke 6629 I added to my short position, and expecting to play for a just a 0.5% scalp. We actually moved down 3.5% from 6,629. We moved down more or less about 3.5%. So that was a nice surprise and made me very happy. And yeah, so just playing this inside bar bearing breakish, I mean the inside bar going bearish, very nice profits. These all add up. And now if we look here on the 15-minute chart, why did we bounce off 6,400? I'm going to explain to you how we bounced off it here. Over the last day, this has been a absolutely massive, I mean massive support. There is a whale, it's a whale with a very, very, very big bank account. Either an exchange is for some reason wanting to hold this up, or even like Tether, or it's hard to say who. I have no idea who, but we can just know for sure that it's someone with a very big bank account, because they've been holding up this market for whatever reason. They must have their reason behind it, but they've been holding this level and it's been impossible to break. You just see how many touches we have here of this 6,400 exactly, and it's not being broken yet. And then obviously on this move down, we hit it to the absolute dollar on the low here on the top left, 6,400, again 6,400. So this hidden buy wall on Bitfinex is still here and it is not moving. So this person is loading up on a lot of coins. He has literally thousands of Bitcoin by now, by the amount he's been buying up here on this hidden buy wall. It's absolutely crazy. My theory yesterday was that he's holding this up to actually wait for this pump, because if we had broke down from 6,400 on the Bitnex maintenance, maybe he would have just if we had fell back down, he could pump it back up to like the support, back up to the resistance, but that would be kind of pointless. So I was imagining yesterday, by wanting to hold this level, was because he knew the Bitnex maintenance was coming. He wanted to hold it up, wait for it to go down, pump the coin, and then he would have obviously, I would imagine, wanting some continuation from the public to start FOMOing in, and that obviously didn't happen, and it's, in my opinion, it has backfired, and that's why it's strange. Why is he still buying here? I wouldn't really like to say, unless he has some sort of insider information on a ETF approval. I think it's a bit crazy what's going on there, but yeah, that we definitely just have to make a note of this level 6,400, because there is definitely a big support going on here. If you are currently out of a position, I would be waiting for 6,400 to break, or a close above 6,800, and I actually want to see some nice conviction going into a close above here. Not just any wicks or half-assed closing a few candles. I would want to see some actual closes above here, or a positive ETF decision. That would obviously be very, very, very bullish because nobody is expecting that. Lastly here, I just want to go over the inverse head and shoulders that I've been covering for the last, where is it drawn out? I thought I had it drawn. Oh, I've deleted it. Let's quickly go over this very quickly for you because it does seem like it still could be playing out here. We obviously have on our, it can be seen on the daily chart or 4-hour chart, up to you. Oops, let's keep that auto scaled. The head and shoulders here, where we've got the left shoulder, the head, and now we're forming a slightly right shoulder, which could be coming down with the ETF decision on high volume. Obviously, I mentioned this before, we want to see high volume on the right shoulder coming down here. So we want to see this volume, bear volume, pick up for a nice drop down here, which could totally validate this head and shoulders pattern, which gives us a target from the neckline to the head. I've measured this out in previous videos if you're interested, but the target from the neckline to the top of the head gives us a target of Bitcoin around 3,400. So if this does play out, and on the ETF decision tomorrow we get a rejection, I would want to see if this support holds of 5,800. If we break down here with really big bear volume, then this actually is a valid head and shoulders pattern, and we would have a target of 3,400. So that's something to keep in mind. Obviously, I would be targeting on the way down 5,000 first for a bounce. And then we'd have to see how that plays out. So I hope you have learned from this video. I hope we all continue making some very nice money together. And if you have any questions at all, just let me know. Just leave me a comment on Twitter or YouTube, wherever. I'm really happy to help you. And I hope you all are very successful. And just let me know any questions. Have a great day. Peace out, everybody. Cheers.